Very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together. So, good morning to all of you, my dear students. Our next topic related to the chapter Nationalism in India is the folklore of Southern India. Now we have to study about know the details of the folklore which was going on in the southern part of India. That is southern part Kerala, Tamil Nadu. They are in the southern part of India. And folklore, I also discussed with you all that it means that the traditional beliefs, customs, and culture of the Indians, which are included all in the folklores. So what was there in the folklore of southern India? It was very famous in those days. In Madras, especially Natesa Shatri, that was the name of the person, Natesa Sastri. He published 4 volume, and that was really massive volume. Means a lot of pages were there in the volume, and he collected and he published those 4 volumes collection of Tamil folk tales. Folk tales means short stories related to the previous or earlier customs and cultures as well as traditions, even the life histories of the freedom fighters. He used to publish these volume of collection of Tamil folk tales, which was named as the folklore of southern India. So in your board exam also you can get it in your MCQ version, that who wrote this folklore of southern India, who published. So you will have to name Natesa Sastri. So or they can also write, they can ask you also in this form of question, that who wrote, uh, name the volume which was published by Natesa Sastri. So Natesa Sastri was a great man, and he published 4 volume, means 4 different books of the folklore of southern India, which included all the Tamil folk tales, which were short stories from the Tamil Nadu. What he was believing and why he was publishing this 4 volume. So he was a great believer in that folklore. He was believing that folklore was only the national literature. It is the real literature of the nation, because it includes the stories, the short stories of the life of the people of India only. That's why he was saying that this folklore, the folklore of southern India, was the national literature, because it is not mixed up with the foreign literature. And he was also saying that it was the most reliable expression. Reliable means bharosemand. Now we can express, we can have reliability on the expression of this folklore of this folklores of Tamil. So he was saying the most reliable expression of people's real thoughts and characteristics, means all the real thoughts and all the real the characteristics of the Indian people are included in this particular folklore of southern India. So he was correct to his point, and that's why he published these 4 massive volume of Tamil folk tales. So remember the name of the volumes, remember the name of the book published by Natesa Sastri, and his intention also. He declared that this particular book is containing the national literature of India. Let us move to our next topic, that is Quit India movement. यानी भारत छोड़ो movement चल रहा था, आंदोलन, भारत छोड़ो आंदोलन. Means the Indians were asking the Britishers to quit India, means leave India. They don't want them to rule Indians from now on. So what happened really in this quit India movement? Let us see. So before Quit India movement, let me tell you one short story about the Cripps mission, because you have seen in the first line it is written the failure of the Cripps mission. Actually, Cripps was the name of the viceroy at that time, at particular that time when there was World War was going on. That is between 1939 to 1945, and Cripps mission was organized to ask the Indians, means to convince the Indians, so that the Indians should help the Britishers to participate, so that the Indians should participate in the World War II, means with the side of the Britishers. They wanted Indians to help them win the war, and that's why this mission was organized. And this mission was asking the different leaders of India like Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Muslim League and even other leaders also, to help the Britishers to win the war. Means they wanted all type of support from the Indians in this particular World War II. But all the different parties of India who were present at that time, they all rejected the request. They all rejected this particular thing. So The Britishers were very clever over here. They were trying to get the help of the Indians to win that particular Second World War. But Indians were very clever also, more clever than them. So they all rejected the request of the Britishers. And what happened next? The Britishers, in terms of revenge, they wanted to take revenge, and because of this rejection, they the Britishers, what they did, they arrested all the leaders, especially all the Congress leaders, and they put them behind the bar, because they were really very angry with the Indian leaders, because they have rejected the request of helping the Britishers in the Second World War. And in terms, they were also offering, the Britishers were also offering the Indians that after the war, means after the end of the World War, they will help the Indians, or they will provide the option to the Indians that they will rule by themselves, means they will allow self-government to the Indians, means they will govern themselves. This was the you can say bait, है ना, एक तरीके का बेट दिया गया था, लालच, है ना. This was the bait given by the Britishers to the Indians, that after the war we will leave you all to rule by themselves. You can rule yourselves. But Indians again were very clever, and they rejected the request. So Gandhiji, what he did, he launched a new movement called for complete withdrawal of the British from India. That was the last step taken by Gandhiji. He called for the movement that now we will ask for complete withdrawal of the Britishers from India. Now they cannot enter India. They should leave India. So that is known as the complete withdrawal. Means now the Britishers were not allowed to stay in India. That was the movement. This is known as the Quit India movement. The Congress Working Committee, who was working, and they met in a place called Wardha on 14th July 1942, and they passed this historic Quit India resolution. Means the Congress Party, they met together in Wardha on 14th July 1942, and they passed, means they all agreed, all the leaders of Congress Party agreed, and they signed the resolution that they will now from on they will ask the Britishers to quit India from India, and they will also ask to the Britishers that they should immediately transfer the power to the Indians and leave the India. So this was the reason it is known as Quit India. They were asking the Britishers to leave India and transfer all the powers to the Indians right then in 1942. Now what happened next on 8th August 1942? That so they passed the resolution on 14th July 1942, and the next month, or you can say just after 3 weeks, they met again in Bombay on 8th August 1942, and the All India Congress Committee approved this resolution. So later, previously, they passed the resolution, and later on 8th August, they approved the resolution, and the resolution was that, means the agreement was that they will go for non-violent mass struggle. They will struggle in a mass way. It means the people from all the India, they will participate in this Quit India movement, and that will be non-violent struggle throughout the country. Means from, you can say, on 8th August on, and from 8th August 1942, they started this particular Quit India movement, because it was approved by the All India Congress Committee. And it was on this occasion only that Gandhiji also delivered his famous do or die speech. What he said in the speech, that it is time for the Indians, that they will have to decide whether they want to do something, or else they will die over here under the British rule. That is known as the do or die speech. Means that is the last time Gandhiji was saying to the people of India that it is the correct time to do something over here. Otherwise, we will all die under this particular British rule. So that is the time for do and die. So he gave his famous speech also. I will share that particular do or die speech in your numbers also, and I will share the link also, that do or die, because it is very long and it is not included in our syllabus also. So that's why I'm not discussing the full do or die speech over here. So what happened next? The call for Quit India almost brought the whole state means all the state of India to stand still. यानी पूरा इंडिया एक जैसे से समझ लो कि थम गया था. सारे लोग जो है रोड पे आ गए थे. Everyone was on the road and large part of the country willingly, है ना, दिल से खुद से ही they threw themselves into the deep of the movement. यानी ये मूवमेंट में लोग बहुत डीपली लोग जो है पार्टिसिपेट करना शुरू कर दिए. Now everyone was have the same concept. Now they were going for the meaning of the Swaraj, that is independence from the Britishers. Now they were all together, united together in this particular Quit India movement, and that's why it is clearly mentioned that willingly, है ना, जबरदस्ती नहीं, they willingly participated in the movement that is known as Quit India movement. तो अब आप समझ सकते हैं, we can understand if the whole India will be in the one side and the Britishers on the other side, then they would not be able to survive. And that's why it took a lot of time to the Britishers to control this particular movement. And it took more than 1 year for them to control this particular movement. Let us see, move ahead. What people started, how did they really participated in this Quit India movement? People observed hartals, means strikes, demonstrations, that is protesting, and even processions, means marching, marching one behind another. They were all accompanied by national songs and even slogans like Bharat Chodo Andolan, like these national songs, Vande Mataram. They were all just singing these songs and chanting the slogans and asking the Britishers to leave India. Everywhere there were strikes everywhere in the India, throughout India there were strikes and demonstration. People were demonstrating, protesting everywhere. So 1942 was a great dangerous years for the Britishers. You can see the movement, about thousands of ordinary people, students, workers, peasants, all together on the streets. Everyone was there participating. You can see ordinary people, Aam Aadmi, students, workers, farmers, industrial workers, everywhere, every one of them was together in the united campaign, and they were all asking for the Quit India movement. Now there are a few names of the leaders over here. Leaders like Jayaprakash Narayan, Aruna Asaf Ali, and Ram Manohar Lohia. They are the famous leaders of that Quit India movement. They all organized the people and asked the Britishers to quit India. There were many women were also in the history, such as Matangini Hazra in Bengal, Kanaklata Barua in Assam, and Rama Devi in Odisha. They all participated actively in this Quit India movement. Let me show you one of the photograph also of the Quit India movement. Hope that you are all seeing this particular image. You can see a lot of women are also there in the line. Women procession in Bombay during the Quit India movement. You can see the whole India was there on the stage like this, and everyone was asking to leave India. Everyone was asking the Britishers to quit from India and immediately transfer the powers to the Indians. That was the thing going on throughout the country. You can see. Now it was time for the Britishers to take some stern action to stop this Quit India movement. Otherwise, they will have to leave India. No? That's why they started taking stern actions, means harsh actions on the Indians. So you, my dear students, remember this name: Jack Prakash Narayan, Aruna Asaf Ali, Ram Manohar Lohia, Matangini Hazra from Bengal, Kanaklata Barua in Assam, and Ramadevi in Odisha participated actively in this particular Quit India movement to organize all the Indians all together in the same platform. That was the platform which was asking the Britishers to leave India at any cost. Now the next is the action time from the Britishers. What they have done. The British responded with much force. बहुत जोर उन्होंने लगाया. Yet it took more than a year to control this movement. So from 1942 to 1943, you can say the Britishers were quite worried and they were just struggling to stop this movement. But at last they were succeed, because what they have done, they arrested all the Congress leaders, mostly. They arrested all the Congress leaders and put them behind the bar so that they can control this Quit India movement. So that is the end of the chapter, and we are just in the conclusion. what really we conclude in this chapter. You can see over there a growing anger against the colonial government. People were angry. So, and angry, it was not just this easy one. It was a great anger among the people, and that brought different groups and classes of Indians together. And they were in the same platform, that is the common struggle they were going on, they were doing in the first half of the 20th century. That was the first half. That is 1947 we got independence. So that was the first half. So before this particular first half and in the beginning of the first half, all the Indians were together and they were just fighting against the Britishers in the same platform, common struggle they were all going. So what really happened, this anger against the Britishers, these angry people against those who were against the Britishers, they were all clubbed together. All the various groups, religions, classes, different caste, upper caste, lower caste, all the Indians were all together in the common struggle, that is the united struggle against the Britishers. So it really, the Britishers helped the Indians to come closer. You can see the Congress under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi tried to channel a lot of people's complaints, and they organized movements of independence all the way throughout India. That we have seen also throughout India, that many of the participants were from different communities, even different from working areas also. So Mahatma Gandhi got their complaint, and he also himself went to their place and organized satyagraha, that we have seen in the beginning of the chapter, that in 1921, 22s and the 1920s, he was just helping other communities, every communities and every type of people, and helping them to get the justice from the Britishers. The nationalists, देशभक्त लोगों ने क्या किया, they tried to build national unity, है ना, so that the people must be united together and they feel that it is their nation. With a lot of movements, the nationalists also worked very hard. Various groups as well as classes of people, they participated in these movements with different goals and expectation, that we have seen also. Someone was saying that if we will get the hike in the wages, then we will get independence. That is our. Yeah, someone was saying that if we will connect with our villages, the plantation workers, they were saying, if we will be allowed to go to our village areas and come back again, that is the independence. So we have seen that various groups and classes participate with their different goals, with their own goals and expectation, with their own aims. Freedom from colonial rule meant different to different people, as the demands were wide ranging. Well, people of different status, different types of people, or people from different societies, they were all thinking different things about the meaning of Swaraj. They were taking it in the different way, and their demands were quite wide ranging also. And different society of different people of the different society were having different demands also. That's why we remember that Gandhiji included 11 demands when he asked Viceroy Lord Irwin, and he then when Viceroy Irwin rejected the proposal of that 11 demands, then Gandhiji started that civil disobedience movement by boiling the seawater. So we have seen that people were having different type of demands. The Congress continuously attempted and tried to resolve differences between the people. है ना, कांग्रेस ने हमेशा कोशिश किया कि लोगों के differences को खत्म किया जाए. And they also tried to ensure that the demand of one group did not set against another. है ना, और ऐसा इन्होंने ये भी कोशिश किया कि एक ग्रुप अगर डिमांड कर रहा है तो दूसरे ग्रुप को उस डिमांड से कोई नुकसान नहीं पहुंचे. They tried their best, the Congress, but we have also seen in the chapter that the Congress sometimes were not with the poor people, they were not with the lower caste people, they were just favoring the Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care.